This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
And that is the plan on this Friday. Hell, who knows if we'll be back on Monday. I just want to tell you guys, if we're not back.
Why? Who knows? Why is that? I know. I'll be here.
90 inches of snow we all could be buried in. Am I
I
exaggerating
don't know,
the
about
number?
90.
Yeah.
I got a shovel. I'll dig out.
I know you will, Bob.
So I'll be here. So don't say who knows. I know that.
Okay, you know you'll be here.
Okay. So now we've made a more true statement. If you're going to speak for everybody else, you better make sure you got all the facts set off.
All I said was if we aren't going to be here.
No, you said who knows. I said I know.
If we'll be here as a group, collectively.
I'm not in the collective. I'm taking care of number one here. I'll be here.
What was the old?
I have to deliver the news like Ron Burgundy.
What's the old phrase? You can keep looking out for number one, but make sure you don't step in number two.
There you go.
Good morning, Bob. How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing great. It's Friday, man.
Yeah.
Bodie's third favorite day of the week.
Oh, third.
Yeah.
Fine Saturday, Sunday? Or?
On Monday and Thursday.
Okay.
There we go. Anyway, good morning. We got a big show lined up for you today. We'll have AJ Hawk on. We got some NFL coaching news to discuss as well. Ooh. We got 2 full hours here on YouTube, the Fan app, HD3. You can download the show anytime. Catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Also, check us out live on Facebook and Twitter. Morning Juice is sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin. Like I said, at 7:40, we'll have AJ Hawk on. Get your Ask AJ questions ready if you want to do some of that. Let's see. The Jackets last night got a 1-0 win over Dallas.
There we go.
Jet Greaves had a shutout.
Back on the winning streak.
There we go. Zach Werenski had the only goal of the game.
Big for Z.
Yes. OSU men are at number 2 Michigan tonight. In the NBA, the Cavs host Sacramento tonight at 7:30. Oh. NCAA women, OSU women defeated Indiana 81-67. They
watched a little bit of that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm proud of you, Bob.
Oh, my
Basketball Bob.
Yeah.
Don't watch a ton of the women's games. Not till the tournament.
Right.
I watched a couple men's games, mostly the tournament. That's what college basketball has done to itself. But I did clip it. I did dive in last night. There wasn't a whole lot else on. There's some show about Nashville firemen. That was my kids were watching. I go, this is awful. Just put something else on. Like, I'm done watching network television. Like, all the shows are the same. Some sort of crime drama, whatever.
There are a lot, and I mean a lot, have been, are, and will be hospital shows.
Listen, just all about EMS, police, fire. Like, there was never fire. They brought that in
now.
about 10 years ago. Started bringing the fire in. They've always had like the emergency.
Start the fire.
Exactly, Billy Joel. They had they've had the ER emergency room hospital shows for a long time, and they've obviously had like the police crime dramas for a long time.
Sure.
That's all that's on air. That's the only thing. And I told my wife, this is all just ripped off storylines, all complete nonsense.
Sure.
I watched a water tower get knocked over off a high-rise building. Like, I don't know, like 10 stories up. Whatever. They got a crane. They're working somewhere, and it's kind of like, that's done. Oh, it's good. It's over. Then they're having a conversation. I don't know, the captain, lieutenant, whoever it is, of the fire department, talking to a couple of his underlings. Everything's good, plays the happy music. They go to walk away. What do you think happens?
I'm going to guess that it starts to fall again.
Captain gets struck by lightning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
I go, wow, what are the odds of that?
What a day.
It wasn't even raining 10 minutes ago. Thunderstorm came out of nowhere. Bam. Took him down. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then my kids are arguing about how to treat him. Archie goes, they just went straight into CPR. Why wouldn't you use the shock thing? An AED? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know. You'd think they'd have one. They're emergency medical professionals.
Fire department, yeah.
Fire department. They probably don't have one on the truck. What are we talking about here? I mean, it was complete nonsense.
I mean, we've learned recently on this show that, what is it, like 9 out of 10 people who get struck by lightning actually are fine. So, so he's probably fine. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you used to think that was a really big deal.
Yeah.
Like, you struck by lightning, I'm thinking you're literally toast.
Yeah.
If that happens. And so that number is surprising to me. Just
listen,
like
because I search it up, I get the details and the facts. Everybody has these assumptions. Let's just try to figure out what actually is real in this world.
Do you always heed the when there's like a tornado warning?
Get out of here.
I'm just asking.
You think I listen to the people across the hall?
Okay, no, but I'm saying, okay, if the
Which
thing
hall?
you hear
All the halls.
you hear the siren go off.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't gather up the family and go to the basement.
Get out of here.
Why is that such a ridiculous question?
If I can see the tornado, then maybe.
Okay, I kind of do the same thing.
I don't need a siren telling me. I got eyes.
I stare down.
I watch cars getting ripped off the ground. Let's go to the beach.
Jump in that pickup like Glenn Powell.
Exactly. Let's go find that son of a gun.
Into the sound
I got
of
a
this
bunch
sucker.
of little. I got a bunch of little sensors in here. I got to get sucked up into the tornado. Drive this thing right into the eye of the storm.
See, I make the family go downstairs and the dogs, but I take a certain pride in staring down storms.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll go outside and say, "Come
like
get
Lieutenant Dan up there on top.
That's what I'm doing.
On
Yes.
top of the mast.
I go
Is
out
this
there.
all you've got?
I go out there with a aluminum baseball bat.
I don't know if that's going to help you.
Well,
I'm thinking more Lieutenant Dan. Just lean into that bad
Yeah.
boy. Like, I mean, he didn't even have any legs. He's up there on top of the mast,
Got no
Yeah.
legs.
yelling at it. I mean, that's what you. I'm not telling anybody else what to do. Don't consider this
We gotta make sure
sage
for the
advice.
disclaimer. Yes.
But I would just tell you my personal risk profile. I'm not going to inconvenience and change up my day for something that
Okay.
probably still will not happen.
I understand that. I don't know how. What's the closest a tornado's been to you? Do you think?
Oh, dude! One day I woke up to drive to practice in Dallas, and there were like fences all over the place.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty close.
It was when we had it's wild. It was my second year in Dallas, and it was when they were supposed to have the big storm. It was, maybe that was never mind. That was a couple weeks later. I guess there was wild. They were supposed to have a big storm down south, and it curved and it came up here. And so one of my good buddies works for AEP, and so they'll ship people out and like, hey, they know a big storm's coming. They'll start shipping people down there to get them working already, like to be ready to go once it breaks. And it turned and it went up here, and we were out of power for like 5 or 6 days.
Wow.
And well, you were here, not me. I flew up here because it was after Deshaun. All things coming together. It was after the Monday night game where Deshaun Jackson dropped the ball going in the end zone. It was the
Right.
first big conversation about that. Because my grandma had passed away like on Friday or Thursday. So I was literally flying out Tuesday morning for the funeral. They held it for me that day and then flying back out that night. And I remember flying in. My dad had told me, he's like, yeah, someone stole the generator off the funeral home. I was like, what kind of people are in this world? Stealing a generator off a funeral home. Might as well just punch your ticket straight to hell, buddy. You got corpses they got to keep cold in there. I mean, that's just wrong. But
outside of murder.
yeah, I mean,
That's
you, Epstein. I mean, there's a handful of people in that line, but you're not too far to the back. You got a fast pass. Let's
the
just say
second
that.
group. Yeah.
Yeah, boarding group number
B,
2.
Yeah.
But we flew back. I remember sitting there in the church.
Trying to unscrew
And
the
I'm
generator.
like, well, no, because this was the church, not the funeral home. And it wasn't the one my grandma was at, it was at another one. And we're in there, and I remember asking my dad, why are we playing the piano and not the organ? He goes, why are the lights off? And I'm like, it's even better. It was during the day, so like sun was coming in through the sides. I'm like, that's a good question. He's like, there's no power in here, Bobby. I'm like, I guess that would make
Sense.
it makes all the sense now. Can't turn on the power for the organ. No lights being on. Pastor's talking without a mic. Just it's like, okay.
Other than that.
So that was big. And then I think a couple weeks later, because Texas is just south. I mean, Oklahoma, it's Tornado Alley. All that stuff flies off the Gulf. If you've ever watched weather, the warm, moist air coming off the Gulf, and you got the cool, dry air coming from the north, and this is where the convergence happens. I mean, I drove to practice one day. I mean, there were fences ripped out of the ground, like cars with stuff smashed into them. Like, wow. So that happened last
Something
night.
ripped through here.
Yeah. I mean, it's all good.
At Rick7990 has a good point, Bob.
What?
Just imagine if Bobby was Noah and God told him to build an ark, and Bobby replied to God, no thanks, big dog, I'm good.
Oh, no. I'm not saying I'm not prepared for the storm.
No, yeah.
There's a difference. Like, I've got all the requisite things that I need.
Right.
I would build the ark, but I'm not going to go until it starts raining. Like, you telling me that there's a tornado? Once I can see the tornado, then we're good. All right? Then we'll go to the requisite places. We've got food, perishable items, non-perishable food items. Right. Like, got a ton of beef jerky. We'll be good.
The views expressed by Bobby Carpenter is not endorsed by the radio station.
Everybody has their own risk profile. I choose not to cower at the weather.
Bobby, I don't think going down to the basement during a tornado is cowering.
It is, because it's disrupting my day. I've got other things I've got to get done. I don't know what most people do, but I constantly tell my family, like, I wake up at 4:45, 5 o'clock. Like, I might hit a 30-minute, 45-minute nap, and I get probably a 15, 20-minute steam and shower in there. But outside of that, till about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, my day is filled with a lot of activities.
Need to build bunk beds for more activities.
Listen, the kids took the bunk beds apart. They said they didn't need any more room.
All right, Bob. As if you haven't already, time to make me smarter.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Continue my education, Bob.
Oh, here we go. It is Friday, January 23rd day of the year, 342 days remaining. So we'll be into the 30s next week. Then we'll be about 4 weeks out from being in 200s. This year's just flying by, man. Think about it this way. 2 days from now, next year, in 367 days, we'll be playing the national championship.
Yeah, and we'll be there.
We'll be there.
Show in Vegas.
Absolutely. Live from, I don't know where. Figure out which hotel. Maybe one of those pool parties you hear so much about.
Let's go to downtown Vegas.
It'll be perfect. No, we're not going back like that. It'll be perfect because there, it'll be just as things are starting to wind down, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Hard to leave when you can't find the door.
Watch the vampires cruising around. That was pretty awesome. When I was working in Miami with the Super Bowl, I was doing show with Rothman in the afternoon. I was doing Get Up in the morning. I was staying at the media hotel, not with the ESPN hotel. I didn't have any more room. So I was driving in. I was getting an Uber. And so I would drive down. We'd meet at the hotel for our pre-show meeting at like 6 o'clock. So I'd get there at 5. Watching some of the folks walk around with their heels in their hands at 5 in the morning, leaving some of those hotels.
Was that the playmaker?
Wasn't even the women doing it. It was the basketball about the heels.
I think Michael Irvin, you may have watched him wandering around like a ghost in the darkness. This date's 1789. Georgetown College, the first Catholic university in the U.S., is founded with Bishop John Carroll, Reverend Robert Molyneux, and John Ashton found that bad boy buying some land right across from D.C. This date, 1953, the National American Conferences of the NFL are combined to form the Eastern and Western Conferences, is what they used to have before splitting it back up again. This date, 1962, he found his heart, but he knew where he left it. In San Francisco, Mr. Tony Bennett.
I left my heart in San Francisco.
Yeah, just the dulcet tones of Tony Bennett. Real toe tapper, that one.
Do you think I'm going to sit here and let you talk poorly about Tony Bennett?
I like Tony Bennett. Also coached
Wisconsin, Green Bay? Wisconsin, right?
Virginia. Won a national title there.
Yeah.
Was
done
Dick
a lot.
Bennett Wisconsin? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Richard Bennett?
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know that name.
This date, on that same date, Jackie Robinson and Bob Feller are elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
But I want to thank all of the people throughout this country who were just so wonderful during those trying days. I appreciate it no end. It's the greatest honor any person could have. And I only hope that I'll be able to live up to this tremendously fine honor. It's something that I think those of us who are fortunate again must use in order to help others, because it's such a tremendous honor that we should be able to go out and do things to help. I'm just grateful, and I'm sorry it's taken so long, but I just wanted you to know I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
I've never heard Jackie Robinson talk before.
It's an interesting voice.
I was surprised to hear that. Notable, he did not thank the racists.
Yeah, surprised by that. Yep.
I feel like Norm Macdonald right there. One notable group he didn't thank, the racists.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, not the racist.
Norm,
R.I.P.
Norm too. Yeah.
All right, Norm. His wife just passed away, I want to say, a couple years ago, didn't she?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
He hasn't been gone too long, has he?
Jackie? No, he died.
No. Sorry, Norm.
Yeah, Norm passed away a couple years ago.
I'll let that one go there.
Dick Bennett did coach Wisconsin basketball.
Rachel Robinson, spouse.
I think she's still alive.
Yeah. 103 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
My goodness, that is amazing. Born July 19th, 1922.
Jeez.
God bless her. Oh, amazing. This date, 1979. One of the greatest baseball players of all time. The greatest hitter ever. Willie Mays elected to the Hall of Fame.
I arrived in New York City on a Friday at 4 o'clock, scared to death with 3 bats in my little briefcase, my glove. I didn't have a uniform. I didn't have a hat. Leo said to me, son, as long as I'm manager, you are my center fielder. You do not have to hit. Just go out and catch the ball. And from those words from Leo DeRosa, I think, gave me a little courage. And I went on from there.
Said, but note, Willie, chicks dig the long ball. 600 and some odd home runs later. I think he did get a couple of hits.
Yeah.
Got a couple of hits in there as well.
Yeah.
Made some good catches. Got a couple of hits. Well done, Willie. This date, 1986, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame opens its doors with Elvis, Chuck Berry, Fats Domino. Where we throw a little James Brown, the Godfather of Soul, at you.
This is a man's world,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl.
Oh, yeah. Godfather of Soul. The best. This date, 1988, The Way You Make Me Feel by Michael Jackson hits number 1. In an unrelated story, him and Janet are brother and sister.
He's one of the more popular, more talented white musicians.
Listen, diversity is key.
I understand.
Diversity Day. Michael Scott, Michael Jackson. Coincidence? I think not.
Holocaust versus slavery. Get in there.
That's one of the great lines. Get in there. What does that even mean? Get in there. Start the debate. Some birthdays here. 1737. The man with the big signature on the Declaration of Independence. Not Herbie, but his brother John Hancock, the first governor of Massachusetts. We're on this date, 1920, Walter Frederick Morrison, the inventor of the Frisbee.
Oh.
How about that?
Whammo.
Whammo sold it. They sold it on his birthday. He sold it, rather. Jerry Kramer, the Packers Hall of Famer, turning a 90 today, still alive. Up there used to do some broadcast stuff for Green Bay as well. Cheap Trick guitarist Robin Sander turning 73 today. Live version too. Oh, there you go. I want you to lean in. That's right. I want you to lean in on that Thitoff. Just start licking the microphone like David Lee Roth. 16-year NFL veteran Hall of Famer Kevin Mawai turning 55 today. One of my favorites from back in the day. Tiffany Amber Thiessen at 52 still has a fastball.
I am so glad I found you. I have to talk to you.
Oh? I wonder what it could be.
I don't want to go to the dance with Slater.
What? Listen, it gets better.
I suddenly realized how much I care for you, Zach. Please rescue me from this muscle-bound monkey.
Well, Kelly, how can you say that? You're wearing my heart.
This thing? Who cares?
Kelly!
Please say you'll go to the dance with me, Zach.
Okay, I'll go with you.
Preppy. You ever seen an episode of Saved by the Bell?
Oh,
They're good.
there's some good ones in there.
They're corny, but like I feel like the kids today, a lot of their shows are like that. I mean, it was one of the first unanimated shows that I really watched as a kid and enjoyed. Yeah, a couple kids in high school, little crew. Browns legend their leading scorer of all time, Phil Dawson, turning 51 years young today.
Well, there's 2 O's in Ohio. And that's the number of wins that the Browns and the Bengals have had together this year. For the expansion Cleveland Browns, oh my goodness, Chris Gardocki to flip to Phil Dawson on a fake field goal touchdown. And you let Gardocki, and if you're the punter, you don't spike it, you boot it. They saved that for the Bengals, and the Browns lead 7-6.
So Phil Dawson scored?
Yeah.
The touchdown?
Yeah.
It's probably the only touchdown
Took the snap, and he just immediately
pitched it to him,
ran out
option
to the side, and the holder flipped it to him.
Over that. That's awesome. Good for old Phil. He's in Cleveland for about 12 years. Another Cleveland legend, Larry Hughes, turning 47 today.
We're handing out legends to legend names to
Shaq,
second best player on the finals team, right?
Yeah, Cavs legend Shaq, Sean Kemp.
Oh, that's right.
All the legends up there. Willie Mo Pena, Reds legendary outfielder, turning 44 today. And Notre Dame legend.
Yes.
He did make a MLB All-Star team. The wide receiver for Brady Quinn, turning 41 today, Mr. Jeff Samardzija.
So it all falls on the shoulders of Brady Quinn. He does get one more chance. Notre Dame's offense today, so productive.
Is this down
at
the
times.
sideline?
They've had 13 possessions and scored only 13 points. They need a touchdown to win the game. Bruin, 45.
UCLA.
One up here. Triple team.
Quinn pumps once. Buys some time and finds Samardzija. Samardzija with a cutback. 5. Touchdown! Can you believe it? 45 yards. Quinn to Samardzija.
Did you ever know you were in the good old days before they actually left, Bodie?
We could get a couple Samardzijas running out there with C.J. Carr. We
Reese
might be cooking
Stovall on the
something.
outside.
Oh, yeah, Raymond McKnight.
Oh, yeah. These guys are all my crew.
Darius Walker in the backfield.
Yep.
Brady having the career he had, which I think it's fair to say was a bit underwhelming. Was that more because of how he got in the league, the situation by going to Cleveland? Did that?
Who has succeeded in Cleveland?
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think
Deshaun
it's more?
Watson.
I mean, that's like having the one ring come to you. You turn into Schmeagle. Like, that's like going to Cleveland. You know? Like, that's what they do to quarterbacks. They turn them into Schmeagle. Precious. It's unfortunate. Keita Bates-Diop, Buckeye legend, turning 30 today.
12 seconds left. Tate high on the right. Ohio State comes top of the key. Tate against Matthias. 8 seconds left. Tate down the left side of the lane. Tate to the hoop, low on the left. Layup, no good. Tip, no good. It's tipped in right to the rim by Keita Bates-Diop with 18 to play and 2 seconds on the clock now, and Ohio State has a 64-63 lead.
I didn't know Lachey did that.
I would say Ronnie Stokes doing his best to Jim Lachey.
That was outstanding.
Yes, yes. Hey, listen, he's excited. He's a Buckeye fan.
I bet that game they're talking about there wasn't a January game. It was probably a December game.
No, that was
February
back when January wasn't the Little Shop of Horrors.
Horrors.
Yeah.
With the H. Yeah.
With an H. Yeah. Not a dub.
You go to the dub.
They got the dub, though, I think, in that game.
You go to a Little Shop of Horrors with a dub, then you've got some issues.
Reading this book called The Liberator right now, and it's basically the equivalent of the D-Day invasion of Italy and how they pushed through. And they have just taken, Florence. Oh, goodness, I can't remember the city.
Sicily.
It wasn't Sicily, that's an island. They did take Sicily, and then they pushed through.
What you got?
It's not Rome. It's outside of Rome, and they talked about once they pushed through, and there's a lot of brothels availability there in
Little Shops of Horrors.
Yes, in Italy, if you will. Gosh, it'll come to me. There's a city in Florida, I think, named after it. Anyway,
Naples.
Naples, yes.
Nice.
Pushed into Naples.
But I'm dumb.
There we go. Some passings today. Passing away on this date, 2021, the legendary newsman, Mr. Larry King.
Monday, May 1st, 1957. I'm 23 years old. The general manager calls me in and says, "You're about to begin your broadcasting career. Good luck." My name was Larry Zeiger. He said, "You need another name." I'm going on the air in 10 minutes. He had the Miami Herald open, and there was an ad for King's Wholesale Liquors. So he says, how about Larry King? I says, okay. Now I go into the studio. I lower the record, turn on the mic, and nothing comes out. I've been on for 2 minutes, and the music is fading up and down. And I said to myself, am I going to fail? I wanted to do this. Am I too scared? And the general manager kicked open the door to the control room, and he said, this is a communications business. Damn it, communicate. They turned on the microphone and said, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard this record go up and down. It's because I'm nervous. All my life I wanted to be in radio, and now I'm in radio this morning, and I've just been given a new name, Larry King. And I'm going to ask you, audience, to bear with me.
That's the same kind of motivational speech that Stringbean gave me the first time I was on the air.
Absolutely.
You know, it's this communication business.
Communicate.
Say something, damn it. Yeah. You're live in front of the whole world.
Exactly. What's that from?
Truman.
There you go.
Truman Show.
It's this date, 2005, lost one of the great late-night entertainers. Some would call him the OG, Mr. Johnny Carson.
No. Do you have any phobias at all?
Phobias?
Anything that really... Phobias. An unnatural...
That's good. Well, I'll tell you what leapt to my mind. I mean, I'm not prepared for this.
Well, that's okay. An unnatural fear of something.
Well,
a lot of people are afraid of the dark. Ed has acrophobia.
Right.
A fear of heights.
Yeah.
Yes.
We haven't prepared this.
Well,
I'll tell you what leapt to my mind. You know, I do not like balls coming toward me.
I think that's called testophobia.
Good for Johnny.
He
well
was
done.
Great, man. He was so damn good.
That's a good one. Gosh, I was waiting where he was going to go with that. They threw him an alley-oop.
Yeah.
It's going to be... I'm retiring from comedy. It's going to be really hard. You can keep it up all day. You always left me satisfied and smiling.
This is my lawyer, Michael. We have a corporate lawyer for upper management like yourself.
Oh, it's so good. Some holidays observances today. It is National Handwriting Day, which I feel like needs to be celebrated a little more with all the kids and their iPads. Their handwriting and spelling has gone to complete hell. It is atrocious. National Pie Day, which is great. Not if you have diabetes.
Pies in the food. Okay, food.
Yeah, not 3.14. Not March 14th. No,
that's a different day altogether, according to Les Miles. It is National Rhubarb Pie Day. How about that? As well. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays observances for this date, Friday, January 23rd. The 23rd day of the year, 342 days remaining in this 2026.
All right. Well done, as always, General. Coming up next, there has been another coach hired in the NFL, and I have a dilemma. We'll do that next Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're ready there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. So no matter what you give, we give 100% for life-saving research victories, 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments, 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We know cancer research is working. Over the last 30 years, an estimated 4.5 million lives have been saved thanks to game-changing research breakthroughs. But there is more work to do. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate today at V.org.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we.
Brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together.
Established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Morning Juice. I want to tell you guys my dilemma first.
Song that Kelly Rowland and Nelly sang called Dilemma.
I know,
one of my favorites.
I wish it was that kind of dilemma.
I don't know. Kelly Rowland, I mean, she was like, I loved her in college. And then I got to the NFL, and Roy Williams was there, and he was engaged to Kelly Rowland.
Really?
And then they broke it off. They'd broken it off like right before I got there. I remember talking to somebody, I think Terrence Newman, he's like, yeah, don't bring that up. I'm like, but I want to know. And he's like, I don't think Roy really wants to talk about it. And I was like a rookie. I was like, all right, I'm not going to say anything. I think a couple years later, I talked to him a little bit more about it.
Did you ask for a number?
Hey, I know that you guys aren't together anymore.
It's cool, right?
Cool that I passed her number over to me.
Was that Roy the safety or wideout? Okay.
Safety.
There we go.
We had Cowboy Roy come in later from Texas. I mean, the irony is like one played for Texas, one played for Oklahoma, one played wideout, one played safety. Roy Williams, the wide receiver, and I'll say this because he'd been in a locker room with a million people. You find out a lot about like the hygienic habits, grooming habits of your teammates when you're showering with them, and like you're in training camp, you're with them all year, 8 months a year in there, and so you get to kind of see how people operate. All right, there's some guys. We would go, like, we had a steam room, like, you get in the steam room, hot tub, all this stuff. There'd be guys that were, like, shaving the steam room, which is what I started doing. It's like, it's so much closer.
Your
like,
face.
You're right, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Not each other, not your body, just your face.
I asked for just neck up.
Yeah, from the neck up.
Okay.
And, what they do that, how often guys shave, do they use a special type? The guys had this special type of body wash that they had. They'd try to get out, this is the best stuff, you're going to want to use it, and they had different scents and things, and so it was like that. Most guys, a lot of guys wear shower shoes in the shower. I just raw dog it barefoot in there. Didn't bother me at all. Like, you're going to get athlete's foot. I'm like, well,
I'm an athlete.
Boom. Well, they had Tenactin in there. I go, you know what? I'm just going to spray my feet every day. It'll be good.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's some sort of downside to using that stuff regularly. I don't know. I was like, I'll just spray it every day, just like I put on deodorant, just like I do whatever. Some guys brush their teeth after every meal. That was big, too, before guys would get Invisalign. Now guys in college have money. Before that, there'd be a lot of guys who get to the NFL, and they couldn't afford braces growing up, so then they would get braces.
On their legs?
On their teeth.
Oh, okay. Big difference.
So they'd get braces on their teeth, so they'd brush their teeth after every meal. It's like stuff like that, changing patterns, habits, whatever. I'll never forget watching Roy Williams. And a lot of dudes, when you're leaving, you're going to meetings, they might just throw on a pair of mesh shorts or like a pair of and not put anything under them, like whatever. They're just going to commando it in there, and they're all good. It's like, I get it. Like, you're in a hurry, and a lot of dudes do it. We would have like these Whirlpool gray shorts that dudes would just throw on kind of as substitute as boxers, whatever. I still have a couple pairs of those grays. I had like 30 pairs of them when I got done. That's all I would wear. And then when stuff started getting like more form-fitting and like less baggy, it was tough to wear those underneath. So I had to retire them, but I still do have a drawer of them. Anyway, Roy Williams, the wide receiver, I mean, he would commando it a lot. And then one day I watched him leaving the facility, and he was putting on jeans. And like, it's one thing like around the facility, like with mesh shorts, like fleece stuff, or like warm-ups. I'm like, that's whatever, teach his own. I'm like, bro, you're going to put denim on your cheeks?
It's a little uncomfortable.
Plus, you got a zipper in the front there, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
that's an occupational hazard.
It is.
Okay, right there. He's like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm like, that is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. And it's not like you didn't, I mean, I get it. Like, maybe you didn't have another option at some point in time. And there's times where everybody's been in a pinch. And like, this is what it is. But the fact that he just willingly chose to do that and tried to tell me it was a comfort thing. And I'm like, that is not real, dude. There's no possible way you could get me to wear jeans unless I was like somewhere and I had one pair of underwear that I'd gotten a front side wear out of it, a back side wear of it, and it's, you know what, it might be time to cash those bad boys out. And I'm like, got one day to grind through doing it. Maybe that point. But just willingly doing that with a better option available, that is just insanity to me. Plus, we're in Texas, dude. It's hot down there. There's a lot of sweating going on.
You said you shower together, right? Like, okay. Back then,
take a room like this,
right?
Like where the cameras are.
Yeah.
People go in there, they're like, where's the curtains? I'm like, nah, dude.
That's
you ever
what
see
I was asking.
Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah, well,
it's just spigots on the wall, like every 4 feet.
That surprises me.
Why?
Because it's
efficiency.
It's efficiency, but it's like money's no object for Jerry Jones when he
What are you
sets
talking?
things up.
Yeah, it is. You know how rich people get rich?
They don't
Not
say
by
that.
wasting money.
I'm just saying, like that's
you
what
think
it
he
was.
cares?
Like
they
that's what it
built
was
a
to me
new
in the
facility.
Army.
That's what. Yeah, it is. That's what it is. It's the Army. At Ohio State, it was a little different because instead of having the showers on the wall, the spigots on the wall, you have them on like 4 to, I don't know how many it is, 4 or 6 like central posts. So they all come off that. So you're literally there's a dude on the other side of
You're
you
making eye contact,
looking at a dude.
Did you avoid eye contact? Try
I mean,
to.
You have a conversation, but you don't really stare at a dude when they're naked. But I mean, would you rather see a guy looking at your eyes or looking at the rest of you? I mean, that's the question you got to ask yourself.
They want to take a peek at the gun show. I'm not going to stop them.
Well, I mean, but like as far as if you're trying to. If you're into the hijinks, the center pole is probably better because you could look at a dude and like just pee straight across and pee right on him.
Okay, that's
while you're showering.
Listen, R. Kelly, we're not going to play that game right now.
I'm just telling you,
Okay.
the wall deal is a little bit different because they're beside you, so it's kind of more of an angle, and you got to be a little more skilled at doing that. But the straight across with the pole, because you've got guys all around you, and then also like when guys would leave, if you were showering, like if you like washing your hair, you have your eyes closed, as dudes were walking out. Outside of sometimes getting peed on, they would like hit the nozzle, like hit the temperature. So it would go from like hot to freezing. I mean, it would be a mess. Or guys would like grab your towel, like you put your towel, you usually have a little shelf up top, you put your towel up top. Yeah. Dudes would just grab your towel and walk out. So then you've got to like walk out completely naked. And what was ironic in Dallas is our shower, like our locker room, originally, it was like a full room like this, and then imagine an inner perimeter of the locker rooms. Have you seen the Jerry and the Gambler and his boys? Have you watched that?
Yeah.
You see when they walk in there, and like there's like the curtains that were around the lockers. If you go back and watch it, there's like a hallway around, but that's just the back of the lockers. And so the media people would come in there. Well, the towels were all in the locker room, and they were like in the center of it. So if they would take your towel, you would have to walk out of the shower, like through the restroom area, the sinks, walk into the locker room, and walk like probably 30 feet to the dead center, completely naked and soaking wet in front of all the media and everything else, and go get a towel and then start drying off.
I have never been more fascinated about the showers at an NFL facility than did anybody sing in the shower?
Some dudes would.
Yeah, they just don't care singing. Did you ever make requests of another guy sing?
I mean, I've watched dudes like get in fight. When I walk in, there was a time, I won't mention the guy's name.
Tony Romo.
No, this is Ohio State. And it was when I was a freshman, and he was an upperclassman. And he would come in, and you would be showering, and he would smack you on the rear end so hard. I mean, it would leave a handprint. And, like, it was the point of hit, like, I thought about, like, kind of wanted to cry. Like, it hurt that bad. It was like a handprint that was on there for like 3 days.
The weird part is you asked for another one.
That's an inaccurate statement. But like you're in there and you're like, it's one of those things that hurts so bad it felt kind of like you wanted to throw up. It was rough. And I'm like, it was like my first week in there. Like, what are you gonna do? Cry? I mean, I'd go tell the coach. I mean, I don't know. Like, you just suck it up and act like then you're funny. Like, oh,
Can't breathe.
And then so I remember asking AJ, I was like, dude, that hurt. He's like, hurt? That was awful. I'm like, all right, just making sure that you're on the same wavelength that I was. Like, because he got him like a day or two later. It's like, oh, he's like, that was one of the worst things I've ever had.
I want our listeners to know. First of all, thank you for sticking with us through all this.
I'm talking about that's the inside storytelling that nobody else is giving you here.
I want to make
sure.
What
else do you talk about shower hygiene? Everybody wants to know what a locker room is like in there. I'm telling you, it was the same when my dad was in there.
Yeah, it's
the same as it is now.
Hey, Carp, this is your third shower today.
Well, that's what guys be like. Hey, don't be showering too long in there. I think the term is don't be lingering.
I want everyone to know.
No soliciting.
Definitely no soliciting.
When I did the show sheet last night, I did not have on there
shower stories. I did not have on there Bobby staring down weather situations. I didn't have any of that on there. So we've still got a lot to talk about. I didn't get to what my problem, my issue is. That's I thought your issue was with the shower.
No. Anyway, yeah, I had our bathroom redesigned, remodeled to where it's like that, where it's just a bunch of spigots around the room.
People are like floored with that. And like, what do you mean? I'm like,
well, I could see it back in the day, but I didn't think like I could see it in the 50s and 60s.
You got like, during camp, you've got like 85 guys you got to shower.
Okay.
I mean, it's simply a speed thing.
I got you.
I mean, you got putting 20.
Get a swimming pool.
I mean, there's a lot.
Dawn soap in there.
Oh, yeah.
Just like
there's a lot. I mean, I'm telling you, there's a line. Like, you get in line, and then, like, the vets would just obviously walk, and seniors would walk right in front of you.
Right.
And cut it. But, yeah, you would be in a line, like Shawshank, waiting to get in the shower. The only difference is they don't throw the lime on you at the end.
On a side note, Garen's 75 today.
I know. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Saw that in there.
Yeah, we rewarded you with shower stories. Coming next, we'll do quick hitters. Morning Juice.
Everybody, it's Berm here. Jeremy Birmingham from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan, and I have the least exciting update I can give you. Awaken 180 is still working. That is actually fairly inconvenient because I don't have anything dramatic to complain about. I'm 5 weeks in, I'm down over 30 pounds, and there hasn't been a single plot twist. There hasn't been a stall. There's no mystery week where everything stops making sense. I simply follow the plan, I eat what I'm supposed to eat, and the scale does what it's designed to do too. Weight loss usually feels like a guessing game where you're constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop, but Awaken 180 doesn't. There's structure, there's coaching, and there's zero need for motivational speeches in the mirror. I'm not negotiating with myself. I'm not starting over every Monday. I'm moving forward, enjoying the ride, feeling a whole lot better, and watching years of bad habits quietly get undone. Do what we all did and make your own 180 with Awaken 180. Go online at awaken180weightloss.com, 844-346-1800. Awaken180weightloss.com.
I always tell people I was the luckiest guy in the world. I wanted to be an army man or a fireman, and I got to do both. As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been answering the call to help people live longer and more independent lives.
MDA means to me hope.
MDA is leading the way for people living with ALS, muscular dystrophy, and other neuromuscular diseases by accelerating research, advancing care, and advocating to empower families like Ken's.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. MDA is helping people live stronger and love longer. Learn more at MDA.org today.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here. And I'm an innovation ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
If you're looking for the inside scoop on the Buckeyes, you've come to the right place. This is Morning Juice.
All right. I don't know what we've accomplished so far today, but I'm sure it's been wider, not deeper. Is that what it is?
It's deeper, not wider.
Deeper, not wider. Okay. Let's do some quick hitters.
Just ask her.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Tell your grandma I said hi, baby.
If it's nice, what
from
you do
your,
also.
From your highness.
Yes.
Happy Friday, fellas. We'll start here with some college football because changes are coming to the shoe. This upcoming season, the premium seating in the South End Zone will make their debut on September 5th in the home opener against Ball State University.
Yes.
Or it's University of Ball State. I don't know, but Ball State
No,
University.
it's BT. It's
BSU.
It's whatever it is.
There we go.
I don't think we can go to that game. I've got testophobia.
Along with that, the video board in the North End Zone, East and West ribbon boards, and the B-Deck video boards will all be replaced ahead of this season.
Ooh.
And then ahead of next season, 2027, the scoreboard in the South End Zone, which is the main one there, is expected to be replaced ahead of the first game for that year. So, Carp, like the changes coming to get a little upgrade for the shoe there?
I mean, can everybody celebrate now? I thought that's one of the things that people wanted.
No.
Hey, the stadium sucks. We need a better video boards. All right, you know what?
There you go.
Ross Bjork giving you better video boards. Better one in the north side, new ribbon boards on both east and west. And then, what about the south? Okay, there you go. Next year, can't do them all at once. Got to take a little bit of time. Get a bigger one. They're trying to enhance the stadium experience. And I think maybe this year or with that next year one, they'll probably be I'm sure upgrading the speakers as well permanently. They had speaker clusters dropped in this year to make the sound better. Like on the corners, if you go look down, there was like speaker clusters in different areas. And so now they'll be able to probably affix some of those into their permanent spots. And that'll be tremendous. So it'll be a better in-game experience. People will be able to get what they want, hopefully. I'm sure at some point there'll be some sort of renovations on the bathrooms for C-Deck. I know everybody complains about that, but it's tough to run plumbing in a concrete structure. It's 100 years old, up about 80 feet. Yeah, listen, I got no problem with trough.
Efficiency?
Yeah, just put a big hole in the ground, looking eye to eye to dude across from him. Go take a leak in there, splattering all over your cat, all over your legs. It's whatever.
Bobby, there'll be people complaining about this.
Yeah, why didn't they do this first? Why didn't they do that?
Right.
Hey, can't do everything first. You can only do one thing first. Okay?
I saw something, one of the Twitter accounts yesterday. It was like, cannot believe the South End Zone video board. Can't believe that's not getting done this offseason. You're like, dude, first off, we're
doing the North, so.
Yes. And second off, I could be wrong on this, so feel free to correct me, but I don't think it has affected the team's play too much.
It's all about fan experience. That has nothing to do with on-field play.
Which, let's be honest, what's the most important part of the fan experience?
The wins.
Singing the alma mater after a win and not a loss.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
All right, guys, next up here, we'll continue the theme for the Buckeyes, but head to the NFL. A little bit of a 2-for-1 here for you, Tito. On Wednesday this week, Seattle Seahawks wide receiver Jackson Smith and Jigba was named the PFWA Offensive Player of the Year. The AP awards will come here in about a week and change. 119 catches, 1,793 yards, and 10 touchdowns for the top seeded Seattle Seahawks. They, of course, host the Rams on Sunday in the NFC title game. He became the first former Buckeye to win that award. And then along with that, the PFWA also named New England Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel as the coach of the year. They went 4-13 in the lone year for Gerard Mayo last year. Vrabes got in there, turned things around, and then some this year. They went 14-3. Drake May, he might win MVP, and then they'll be playing in Sunday's AFC title game, a game in which they are favored to win and advance to Super Bowl 60. So Tito, JSN, and Mike Vrabel, a couple awards there for former Buckeyes.
The job Vrabel, and I didn't pay a lot of attention to Vrabel when he was at Tennessee. I don't mean that like to be disrespectful, but I just like it's. Not that he was a bad coach, but he seemed like a good coach. But what he's done at New England,
he took the number 1 seed one year at Tennessee.
I understand. Like I said, though, I didn't pay that much attention to him as a coach at that point. But then seeing the job he's done at New England this year, the turnaround there is phenomenal. There's some good candidates for Coach of the Year. There's some good ones out there. But I think Vrabel's probably the most deserving.
Oh, what he's done, the turnaround there. Yeah. So you have JSM, who's the finalist for he won it with the Pro Football Writers Association for Offensive Player of the Year. Hopefully he wins that thing with the AP.
Mm-hmm.
I would think
and gets a major award. I know both Emeka and Travion are 2 of the 3 finalists, I think, for the Offensive Rookie of the Year for the AP, which would be awesome. Mike Vrabel, if he could win Coach of the Year for AP, because they have this board at Ohio, this wall at Ohio State, and it's all like the major award winners. If you've never had an MVP, I think we've had a comeback player of the year. I'm not sure who that was. But then they've got, I think Mike Vrabel was already Coach of the Year at Tennessee one year, maybe 21 when he was there. But they have all those guys, Nick Bosa winning, Defensive Rookie of the Year, or Defensive Player of the Year, Chase Young winning Defensive Rookie of the Year, all the stuff they have. And so it's awesome. Anytime you get those stacked in there, it's a big deal, man. It's a really big deal.
Yep, you nailed it, Carp. 2021, Mike Vrabel was Coach of the Year for the Titans. How about this? 2016, Jason Garrett. I don't know who voted that year, but maybe we need to fresh blood.
We need to bring him back.
Yeah, right. Guys, as if
what job did he just take or interview for?
For the,
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
So I haven't seen his name pop up with anybody else.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll be back in the coaching.
Marcus Freeman's hiring him as the OC.
Don't say that, Bob. You know what, though? If Freeman did it, I'm a believer.
You must know.
As if life could not get any better for this man, Curt Cignetti, he now has his own order at Chipotle named the I Win Bowl. The now national championship winning coach told the media before Monday night's title game that he would eat at Chipotle basically every day. He said he's had it more than 500 times since he showed up there in Bloomington just a couple of years ago.
Sounds healthy.
On average, that's basically
it's not bad for you, depending on what you get.
Some. And now after the title win, the restaurant has added the Coach Cignetti I Win Bowl to its menu. It features chicken, brown rice, black beans, and a side of guac. Carp, it's pretty simple. The man wins. He eats Chipotle. Google him.
It's pretty simple. He eats a simple bowl. That's a kid's bowl. I heard Bo talking about this yesterday. I mean, brown rice, chicken, black beans, and guac. Like, my kids don't get the guac. They would put it on the side and eat chips, but they just put cheese on it. Like, that is a kid's meal.
Hey.
I mean, that's what I used to get when I was there. I would get it in a wrap when I was in college. I'd get 2 of them. I'd put lettuce on there. Schlegs, AJ, and I would go to the movies sometimes. We'd put them in our pockets.
There you go.
And we'd sit there and eat those bad boys in
What's
there.
that in your pocket? You happy to see me?
Yeah, I got 2 out.
There's 3 men walking in the movie theater, all with bulges in their pants.
Yeah, we'd sit in there, though. The amazing thing is we sat in the Lennox. AJ walks in, sits down. I walk in past AJ, skip a seat, sit down. Schlegs walks in, sits down between us.
Yep.
I go, buddy, there are 300 empty seats. He's like, what? I thought we were all hanging out. I'm like, I don't need to touch you with my forearm. Why don't you just skip a seat? Okay, this isn't an airplane. All right? I don't want to be uncomfortable by you. You're big and you kind of smell a little bit, so slide on down.
Smelliest player you played with?
Schlegs has a nice musk to him at all times. Maybe it's because he was like 25 when we were in college. He already
that could
smelled
be.
like
He was a grown-ass man, yeah.
That's young now for...
All right, that's a sophomore. That's a sophomore anymore, it feels like.
I'll sneak in one more here, guys. I saw this on ESPN yesterday, or on Twitter, I guess, but from ESPN. The Monday night national championship game between the Hoosiers and Canes. It was the most watched college football game in 11 years. Since Ohio State's beat Oregon in the title game in 2015 for the 2014 season. That game had 33.9 million. The Indiana-Miami game had 30.1.
That's huge. That's up big from past years. Cracking 30. A lot of them had been in the mid to low 20s.
Yeah, I think last year's was 21 or 22 range, 22, 23. According to the worldwide leader, ESPN, it was the most viewed non-NFL sports telecast since Game 7 of the 2016 World Series between the Cubbies and Cleveland Indians. Or were they the Guardians by that? They were still the Indians, right? Yeah, so pretty big number, Tito. Not two huge brands, but I'm sure the story of Indiana helped.
Right.
I'm sure Miami's still a pretty big brand, obviously.
Well, and then the people
game.
And then the people that watched SNL on Saturday night probably wanted to see real life Mike Worthington on the sideline. And does he live up to the hype?
My mom is a hummingbird. My dad is a box of cocaine.
It's amazing.
I was surprised by the number. I mean, I thought it'd still be good numbers, but I'm surprised it was that big. That's what she said.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. No, but I didn't think. I mean, to find out it's the highest. What'd you say? 11 years?
Yeah, since the 2015 game.
It's the Buckeyes since the first one in the 4.
Right. Yeah. So I am not. I was a little bit surprised that the number got that high, but because you get the brands thing, then Indiana's obviously not a traditional.
But they have the largest living alumni base.
And I think it's kind of crazy to say because normally it does take, the bigger brands to kind of suck in the average fan, the casual
Indiana
fan.
Was such a great
Indiana,
story.
they became such a big story that I think I honestly think even if you went up to non-diehard college football fans and just at least said the name Curt Cignetti, people know who he is. Even if it's just as simple as Google me, people know who that guy is, which is kind of crazy. Typically it's what's the highest NBA finals in recent years? What's LeBron and Steph Curry?
Right.
What's the highest NFL? Well, it's probably Tom Brady against whoever and played in it 10 times. But you wouldn't have thought, who would have thought that Ohio State Notre Dame would get beaten by Indiana and Miami?
Right.
But Indiana's story, and the game was much more competitive. Indiana's story was just so crazy. I think the casual fan was like, well, shoot, I'm going to check this out because this is probably never, I don't know. I was going to say probably never see this again, but who knows? I never would have thought you'd see it in the first place. So.
I think it was the first time you were seeing something like that, though. And there was just Fernando Mendoza, people were talking about him, such a likable guy, won the Heisman. And Cignetti, the memes about him everywhere. People knew him from that. The Google me. That's a real deal.
Yeah. You see a team that beats the ever-living hell out of Alabama and Oregon. Yeah. They beat Ohio State in the Big Ten championship.
Can they do this again?
Game.
Can they
and I was like,
finally finish it?
Yeah.
I'm getting close to being a believer in Indiana. Coming up next, top of the
You
hour.
and Paul Feinbaum.
Yes.
finally maybe come around soon.
That's what I want to be associated with, is Paul Feinbaum. Coming up next, we'll preview the NFL action coming up this weekend. I will get to that coaching change, and I swear I will get to my dilemma. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
My mom is a veteran, and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I couldn't be the mom my kids needed me to be.
She missed so much.
After my last surgery, I got an infection so bad I thought it was going to kill me.
I told her she couldn't leave me yet. There was still so much she had to see. I hadn't even graduated.
I'm doing much better now. I may have lost my leg, but I've gained so much. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
DAV's been there for me and my family. Through thick and thin, they've had our back.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned, so they can achieve victories great and small.
My victory is getting my life back. I got my joy back.
We got our mom back, thanks to DAV.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Miss Fernandez, what are those tiny things?
Those are what we call amoebas. You can only see them through a microscope.
Wow.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. But right now, there's a funding crisis in public schools. Millions of kids go to schools that don't have funding for books, computers, and so much more just because of where they live. You can help change that. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. You choose which supplies to support. You could provide first graders with pencils and paper, or other students with their first chapter books, help a music class get a guitar.
You could even supply a classroom like mine with a science project. But what you're really giving is the moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow.
To learn more, please visit DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. Choose students. Shape the future.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town? The opportunity to work alongside them as partners, whether you're a small business or a large operation. Riverside Bank of Dublin, they got the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here locally in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank, or how about this? Stop in and get to know them at 6300 France Road, Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bob, I know that you've seen Rocky IV.
It's true.
Have you seen Rocky IV, Bodie?
I've seen all the Rockies.
I actually haven't seen any of the Rocky movies.
That's terrible.
I
Buddy.
know. I've seen Creed.
Go to hell. All the Creeds? Have you seen all of them?
The first two. I haven't seen the third one yet.
Is there a third one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is, yeah. I've seen all
It
three
had,
of those.
what was that guy's name? He got in some trouble for some domestic violence stuff.
The guy who
so
was
he hasn't been acting as
his
much anymore.
longtime friend. He grew up with that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
What
the
was that
guy
guy's
he
name?
fights. Yes. I have seen Creed 3.
Okay, there you go. Creed 3. Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's a scene, Bob, in Rocky IV when it's being announced that Rocky's going to fight Drago.
Yeah.
And they're sitting at this table in front of all the media.
It's called a press conference.
Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough. We're in the media. I mean, this is what we do. When you have a bunch of people at a table sitting there and there are reporters on the other side, I mean, most people would define that as a press conference. I don't know if that's breaking news.
You want answers.
Anyway. You know, he's got Bridget Nielsen sitting there.
Right. And she's
My husband and I are scared for our life.
Yes, our children's lives.
Children's lives.
Yes.
We don't keep people locked up behind a wall with machine guns. Polly, that's Polly's.
Right, yeah.
That's his addition to the press conference. You think that you are so very good, and we are so very bad.
Right. So
I'm jumping around a lot in there.
I feel like I've seen the movie now.
They ask Rocky.
My Russian accent.
He gets asked. Rocky gets asked at this meeting of people from the media.
How much you getting paid this fight? No money.
Okay. First it says like when is the fight? Christmas, December 25th. You're fighting on Christmas? Yeah, it's what they wanted to do. And then where's the fight going to be? Like, it's going to be in Russia.
Yeah.
So the reaction of the press was like, can't believe he's going to agree to fight in Russia
How
on
much
Christmas.
you getting paid for this fight? No money.
No money. Anyway.
You'll pay for it with blood.
I had a similar situation happen with me.
Would have been
Wait,
awesome.
you were getting the offer to fight an invincible man,
right,
a Russian-trained steroid dude, and they were going to pay you, but you said no money?
Yes. So, like the reaction they had about how can you possibly schedule a boxing match on Christmas in Russia? You've got a family. Why not do it the 27th?
Well, the NFL saw that and said, hey, that might be a good idea.
I got invited to a bachelor party in Las Vegas, Mother's Day weekend.
Okay, that's a tough one.
So yeah, that when I got the invite for it, what I thought of was this is like Rocky agreeing to be in Russia away from the family on Christmas to make no money, because I would make no money going to Vegas. So I'd be saying the same thing. I'm like, Mother's Day. How much you gonna make? Nothing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna lose money.
But, how does Heather feel about that?
Okay.
How does your mom feel about that? Because I will tell you, I went to Vegas last year.
You were Easter, right?
Easter.
Yeah.
I was surprised that I didn't go to hell while I was there. It was my dad's 70th birthday as well.
Right.
So I don't think it was Mother's Day.
Yeah.
But it's weird because my mom's born in like June, my dad's born in April, and so My dad's born. His birthday sometimes falls like right around Mother's Day, and my mom's birthday will fall around Father's Day.
Yeah.
So you get the switcheroo. I don't think it was on that weekend, but it was probably close.
So my original thought was, I said, I really can't go. I said, we're going to go to Vegas September. I don't want to go out there twice. I can't go out there twice.
How close is this person to you?
He's one of my best friends, but it's for his future son-in-law.
That sounds like a good time.
Well, and so I told him, no, I didn't even talk to Heather about it at first, but I just said, hey, I probably shouldn't go. It's Mother's Day weekend, but I said, really.
The fact that his son-in-law is inviting him, I would say that's a win. So he's probably trying to get some guys to go that he can hang out with a little bit.
That's exactly what it is. So I was the reason I didn't do it is I was like, you know what? I don't want to go to Vegas twice this year, and so that's my reason I said no in the text exchange. And then I told Heather about it, and I started to tell her. She said, "Oh, you can't go. It's Mother's Day weekend." And I said, "Oh, well, I was going to go anyway because I don't want to go to Vegas twice, and I don't want to do it twice. I'm going in September already." And she said, "No, you're not going because it's Mother's Day weekend." And I said, "No, that's not what's preventing me from going." Which started a fight then because, what do you mean you would go? And I said, "Well, yeah, but it's Mother's Day. Why don't you spend time with the kids on Mother's Day?" Which
without them, you wouldn't be a mother.
Exactly.
I gave you the gift of being a mother. Where's my thank you in this?
So that landed like a lead balloon. She wasn't happy about that part.
I can't say that. Shocks me.
A very
99 lead balloons. Is that the song?
That's the one. Nina. Right?
Sure.
That's who sang. That's who sang.
Can't you just celebrate the holiday on another weekend? I mean,
exactly.
Like if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, your birthday's on Saturday,
right?
But we got plans. We'll see you next Saturday." I'm like, all right, cool. Whatever.
But I was never going to go. But the fight was that I was not going to go.
Maybe you should go now.
But I was not going to go for the wrong reason, not the reason she wanted it to be for me.
Why would I want to do the dishes?
I love that you're fighting over just simply the reason.
Yeah, I know the semantics of it, right? If I would have said, "Hey, honey, I can't go. It's Mother's Day weekend," and I was like, "Hey, honey, I can't go. I'm going to Vegas September."
I do feel like you should have led with that, though. Maybe she would have then said, "You know what? The fact that you sat down and that was your first thought.
Yeah.
Now I'll let you go."
Yeah, maybe. But
just a thought.
I could have but I chose not to run. That's what I did. I was like, no, I'm not going, and the reason shouldn't matter. And then it turned into more of, well, wait, it's Mother's Day weekend. You wouldn't go anyway. I'm like, well, I kind of would, but if I wanted to, if this is my only Vegas trip of the year, then I'd be fine doing it. Bob, we got the conference championship games this weekend.
Yeah.
I feel like this is probably the best football weekend.
People usually say last weekend was the best football weekend.
Yeah. The only trouble with this, Bob,
because then you get the divisional round going right into the national championship, which is a pretty nice little deal if you like it all.
But I'm getting more and more confident in the Patriots, just because all the stuff's around. The fact Stidham hasn't thrown a pass in an NFL game in 2 years.
Well rested.
Fresh legs, yeah. That's what I was going to say.
It's all about how the prism of which you view your situation.
And in the NFC, I really would like to see Stafford in the Super Bowl again. But, I asked Breer yesterday, which is either one bad for the NFL. And, he kind of said, well, for diehards probably, because they want to see the different teams in there. But do you think it will affect viewership at all? Because I kind of feel like the NFL, the Super Bowl, is almost
invincible.
Yeah, like anyone's going to
little
watch
bit,
it.
But you might pick up a little more casual fans with some bigger brands. Like probably the Rams Patriots, I would say, is the most desired,
right,
from a TV. And we're talking probably when you're talking 140 million people watch it. I mean,
right,
you might pick up another couple million, which is a percent or two.
Mm-hmm.
So probably not a crazy significant number, but I would say that would probably be the most popular and well recognized brands. I mean, the Patriots for the last 25 years. I mean, with Tom Brady, they went to the Super Bowl every other year, for heaven's sake, over his run. And then you've got the Rams, who won it recently. Like Matthew Stafford, I feel like is a guy people know. His wife's pretty active on social media. Probably a lot of women know her. That's the question. Is a lot of dudes are going to watch. How many women who probably are kind of sporty-ish fans and they watch they watch probably half the Super Bowl. How many of those people are going to watch it? Oh, Kelly Stafford, I know who that is. Like, I follow her on social media. I do this. Like, she talks trash about people when they talk trash about her husband. Like, I love Kelly for that. Or like, oh, I recognize, the Tom or Mike Vrabel. He's a handsome guy. Let's go watch him.
There's no team in this.
Oh, you get the two. Those would be two more handsome coaches too, Sean McVay and Mike Vrabel.
I can't see any reason why somebody would hate watch whatever the matchup ends up being. Like, sometimes you have the villain. People.
Because what did we say? What did we talk about the egocentric person? Because you can't envision someone else thinking differently than you.
I can't think of a reason to hate any of the four teams.
But you also.
I think New England.
See, but Brady's not there. Belichick's not
but
there.
People like
Vrabel's a likable guy, though.
I know.
Saying, yeah.
Look, I agree with you guys. I just think there's still a lot of just your kind of average fan.
It's a burnout on the Patriots.
They've won 6 Super Bowls. Like, that's still. I know it's a whole new regime and whatnot, but it's not like those 6 Super Bowls were even 90s, early 2000s. I mean, that was literally. The
last one was 2018?
Yeah.
I mean, so it's been within 8 years. But it's been a little bit of time, but I don't disagree with you, Bodie. I mean, it gives you a little Celtics-Lakers feel, like, because they've won so much. I know you don't think that, but.
No, but it is. Like, it's still, I don't think 20 years of hate just goes away in 4 or 5 years.
But I think that's more for the diehard fan.
Probably, yeah.
I think people that are on the fringe, they're like, oh, this team's back there again. And it's a familiarity of a team that's always good, so that may pull people in who – because this is different than college football where you're not getting a lot of casual fans for the national championship game. The Super Bowl is an event, a social event, as much as it is actually a game. All the pomp that goes into it throughout the week, all the commercials and things that you're going to watch, the entertainment at halftime. I mean, all of those things factor in of trying to pull in like that ultimate fringe fan.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, as far as hate watch goes, I wouldn't put this New England team on the same level of Dallas, Pittsburgh, if Kansas City was in it again. But I still think there's probably a decent amount of, and like you said, Carp, it's probably more the diehard NFL fans that are like, you got to be kidding me. Like, this team is going to win another one. Like, how many fan bases have seen 7 playoff wins in their lifetime, let alone 7 Super Bowl wins? Like, and you don't have to be that old to have seen all 7.
Right.
Like,
I just don't see a polarizing team in the field. Like somebody who, and I know, bro, you said, it's been, all the Super Bowls they've won, maybe so. But I was like actively thinking of reasons to hate each team. If Seahawks get in, Darnold, what a great comeback story. Stafford gets in, fantastic. He's
Kim Kardashian, same breath.
If it's Denver, it's great for Stidham. It's great. Being able to win with your backup quarterback and get to the Super Bowl, and Sean Payton. Sean Payton get another chance at the ring, and the Patriots. I don't, just because I think that Vrabel's likable enough, and just the story from the comeback there. So that's why I'm saying that I said comeback in there, Bob. That's a Kardashian thing, but I can't see. I just don't have a reason to dislike any of these teams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I personally. I really like Sean Payton and really like Mike Vrabel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know Sean McVay. Who's the head coach at Seattle? He came from
Mike McDonald. Yeah, he was the Ravens defensive
coordinator. And I don't know him personally, but like there's Ohio State guys on like every team, and so there's that allure in that poll from watching the guys that and guys that that are coaching or whatever. But yeah, I don't think that there's really a villain on any. Like, I don't know if you can really hate any of these guys.
Yeah, I can't think of a reason.
They're pretty likable. It's a pretty likable group.
Speaking of the Ravens, Jesse Minter hired as the new head coach of the Ravens. He was the DC with the Chargers. And Bob, it's when I see something like when there's such a big deal being made about is he an offensive guy, is he a defensive guy, is he a head coach, and I think if that's something that tilts in one way or the other, offensive or defensive guy. I didn't do 6-7 there, but I apologize. If it matters a lot, I feel like you're failing somewhere else. What I mean by that is we know Ryan Day's got an offensive background, right? And he'll have some input on things. But if you hire the right OC at Ohio State, and it's somebody who who can run the offense. Someone like Chip Kelly did, like Hartline did. Like I know there's a little bit of input there, but I don't think it should be enough to where that tilts the scales. If you're an offensive guy and you hire a great defensive coordinator, it shouldn't matter that you weren't a defensive background coach.
No, but I'll tell you this, and this is the argument. More offensive coaches in every cycle get hired than defensive coaches. It's probably, I would say if you look at it across the NFL, it's probably 2 to 1.
Okay.
Offensive background coaches the defense. So here's the problem. If you're a defensive head coach and you hire an offensive coordinator and your offense is really good, that guy's probably getting hired away. And then you got to find that next guy. Like you look at Dan Campbell with Ben Johnson. Boom. He was really good, and I know Dan's an offensive guy.
Right.
But then you got to find that next guy. And so if it's an offensive guy and they are perceived to be the architect of this and you're letting them do that, there's a good chance you're going to lose them quickly, and then you're back at square one of trying to figure that out again. And you look at the Lions being a case in point of having to replace their offensive coordinator and them being good this year but struggling in some bigger moments, and maybe the offense wasn't quite as good statistically if you look at it in critical situations as it was the last couple of years.
And getting the most out of your quarterback is still just...
That's it.
You can't replicate that. Although it is interesting, as I think off the top of my head, you've had... I guess Harbaugh was special teams, so I don't know if he's really offense or defense.
He's a unique case.
Yeah, but so far, and there's still 5 vacancies to be filled, but so far it actually has been more defense this cycle with Minner, Robert Saleh, Halfley, and then now Stefanski was offense. Now look, like I said, still got 5 more, so odds are it'll probably be about 50-50 or even flip back over to the offense.
The irony was, when you usually go back and forth, I mean, they had Mike Vrabel in Tennessee. Got rid of him.
Wanted an offensive guy, the Bengals OC,
Callahan. Big Tom Callahan's son. Brought him in, fired him, and then what do they want? We want to go for a guy who's more Mike Vrabel. I'm like, well, you had Mike Vrabel. You fired him. So you're going to swing back.
Need to get tougher, defensive guy, guy that the locker room loves. You're like, well, who's that sound like?
And Jesse Minter to Baltimore is a little unique. Do you know why it's unique, Jeff?
No. Tell me why.
The history with the Minter family in Baltimore.
Off the top of my head, I do not.
So, Jesse's father, Rick, do you know who that is?
Rick Minter. I know the name. I can't remember exactly how he
was the head coach at University of Cincinnati for a number of years.
Yep.
He got fired in 2003. Mark D'Antonio was then hired. After that, at some point, he was, I think after that, immediately he went to Baltimore and was there for a couple years when Brian Billick was the head coach. And I forget who was the DC at that point in time. I have to look it up. It might have been, what's his name? He came from New England. I'll figure that out. But after that, then he went coach to Marshall and other places. But he was there for a couple of years. So Jesse would have been around when he was probably middle school, high schoolish age.
Right.
So there's a familiarity with the family there with Biscotti, which those things can't be undersold when you know somebody and they've been around, and that's probably a job that Jesse coveted, knowing the Biscotti and how they run the organization, and just a familiarity on both sides. So I think that probably played into this a little bit as well.
Okay.
Defensive coordinators under Brian Billick for the Ravens there. Marvin Lewis, Mike Nolan, and Rex Ryan.
I think Rex was there. When Rex was before Rex went to the Jets. I think it was when he was the D coordinator. So he had that, was on that Rex Ryan defense, which Jesse, I think, implements a lot of those same core tenets and principles.
Right.
Pulls from some of that. So yeah, there you go, Thitoff. You learn something new every day.
I learn something new every hour, Bob. Coming up next, we'll tell you what's got us juice, morning juice.
I slept in a lot of different rooms, different beds, but none of them really felt like mine. I spent 14 years in foster care, mostly in group homes. And I never had much stuff because I always had to be ready to move. Why get things if you just have to let them go?
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a forever family and a permanent home of their own.
Now I have my own room with walls that tell my story. I love hanging out in here. I play dress up with my sisters and I sing and make videos. But the best part, knowing I'll always have a place to go and a family that loves and supports me.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
All right. Morning Juice. We usually do this the last segment of the show, but because we've got AJ, we're going to do it now. Here's what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
All right. Sources tell me it's a Friday, Bob. I think it's your turn to go first.
What's got me juiced, man? You gave me some awesome information and news in the break, Thitoff.
I try to educate.
Listen, and I never underestimate just the character, the low character of people in this world and how they present themselves publicly to who they actually are. And a lot of people really just want to get out of work and they want to make special rules and exemptions for themselves. So if you have a situation where some of these clubs, people always want to get people to volunteer and they have a hard time getting people to volunteer.
Sure.
So the Upper Arlington Swim Club, you have to volunteer for so many things or find somebody to volunteer in your place, or you have to then pay, you are fined, if you will, because then they pay somebody to take your role as the volunteer. And that's, I think, incentive to get it done. So either do it, find somebody to do it for you, or if you're that busy and you're that important and you're willing to write a check, then you write the check.
Right.
Those are your options. And if you don't like any of those options, well, then tough.
Yeah.
And don't complain about it. Don't go on social media claiming that you're special because you're a publicly elected official and how busy you are. Listen, everybody's busy.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about how much you got going on. I got a lot going on. My kids have done it. So either, hey, if I'm so busy and so important that I can write a check for it, all right. Either that, find a friend to make them do it, make one of my kids do it, or I could go do it myself. Yeah. Those are the options. So I'm not going to sit there and whine and pander about how I'm this great person, but I don't have enough time to volunteer my kids' stuff.
Right.
And if I don't have enough time, then you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
Pay for a volunteer or find a friend.
Right.
Maybe you don't have enough good friends then. If you're so busy and you're doing so many things for other people, wouldn't somebody feel obligated to maybe do you a solid? Those are the choices. So when you tell me that, I find it awesome because these people represent themselves as if they're some sort of pious individual.
Right.
When in reality, they're really just selfish human beings. And I love it. I love it. I just want to tear the mask off of them and show all their nonsense out there.
On that note, I need to get some nap time in tomorrow. Can you take over my volunteer shift?
I got 4 kids. I volunteer enough. We already have to do that.
Then what's one more time?
Because that's 3 more hours of my life.
Okay.
All right. I volunteer for my kid. We take care of the business. We do the stuff we need to do.
Sounds like you're on the fence about this. You can think about it.
I'm not on the
Just let me know
fence at
tomorrow.
all. I mean, listen, if you want to be a part of it, there's other teams that you could be a part of that maybe don't have as restrictive volunteering things, but that's what it's going to be. But if you're going to be a member of the community, I feel like we'll throw out the Algus Snow, the citizen of the world, then maybe you should participate in that. And yeah, you'd volunteer and do the things that you want to do. That's why I get upset with my mom. I'm so busy. No, you're not busy. You just do what you want to do. So I do a lot of things. I'm on all these committees. I volunteer. Well, maybe you should volunteer for some things that your family's involved in.
I got you.
And not be some sort of hierarchy. I'm just a good person because I'm at a lot of stuff, but you're really not doing anything. So I'll go toe to toe with that one with anybody on that one any day of the week. Got no problem with it. I got 4 kids, dude. Coach all their stuff. I haven't been paid a dime for any of that. I got to deal with parents talking about this and no one's happy about that. Listen, you know what I'm not happy about? Your kids showing up late to practice and then you complaining about them not playing enough or the role that they have or whatever it is. Get a whistle. Stand a post. Pick up a rifle and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you're entitled to. All right? And so, listen, we got youth sports stuff coming up. A lot of the coaches, I don't know any coaches that are actively trying to screw anyone's kids, by the way. There are probably some out there.
I could probably think of a few back
There are
in the
probably
day,
some
but
out there. I'm
for
not
the
saying
most
they're
part,
not.
yeah.
For the most part, people do it. It's a thankless job, and it's a non-paid job. And you know what? They're like, well, they give preferential treatment to their kid, which I don't necessarily agree with. But I also want to tell them, well, you know what? Why don't you coach then and give preferential treatment to your kid? Why work? Well, you know what? Then you're telling me what's important to you. Someone thinks it's important to get their kid on the field, court, pool, whatever it is, and so they're going to put them in there and get them out there and get them playing. You think it's more important to work. Okay. I mean, everybody's got their priorities in life. You pick your selection set of what is important to you. If people say, I really value this, I say, do you? Because people say that things are important. I say, don't tell me what's important. You show me what's important. You know how you tell me what's important or show me what's important? It's how you vote. How you vote with your dollars and how you vote with your time. And those are the 2 most important things you can have. And maybe you're trying to pay dollars for the time to get it done. But don't tell me you love your kids when you won't volunteer for them. Don't tell me you care about what they're doing if you won't pay for the stuff or do it. And there's things I tell my kids, I will not care more about your sports than you care about them yourselves. So if you do not put in the requisite effort, and if I'm complaining to you to practice, and we have these steep fees and travel costs for all the stuff, you know what's going to happen? We're not doing it. I'm not going to care about your success more than you care about your success. If you want to, quote, live in a van down by the river, then you can go live in a van down by the river. You get a steady diet of government cheese.
Ooh.
All right? So those are the options that you have.
Is that an option for anybody or just your kids?
I mean, I think anybody.
Okay.
If people want, I mean, I could probably put together a couple $100 and buy you a van.
Okay.
We could put it down by the river.
I love the strength of your words and your opinion, but just as an aside, the shift is 1 to 4. So just
to see my mom do it, watching my kids swim, all this stuff at a bunch indoor, outdoor, winter, summer, everything.
Yeah.
I can tell you how to run a bullpen. I can tell you how to do this, and I'll tell you if you're doing it well or if you're not. And if you want my advice, if you want my help, fine, I'll do it. But you know what's going to happen when you come in here? You're laying down your arms and you're listening to me. And this is how it's going to go. And then we're going to run it. We're going to run it well because I'm not going to be a part of disorderly chaos. We're going to organize this thing and get it going.
You going to run for mayor?
My existence, while grotesque
and incomprehensible, saves lives, saves time. All right? I want to run for something? No, I don't want to run for something. I don't want to listen and pander to these people and nonsense. Because everybody wants things to be better.
Yeah.
This is what Schlegel, God, it was a great line by Schlegel yesterday. Everybody wants to be strong, but nobody wants to be sore. So that's a great lie. Exactly.
You told me Lou Holtz said that.
Listen, Bodie, everybody wants to be strong, but nobody wants to be sore.
Before we get to Schlegs, you teased maybe make an announcement today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's over there. He's signed his employment papers. I don't know if they've made a official announcement. I don't even know who would make that now with the transition of Jerry and whatever. But, yeah, I don't know if Schlegs will be back on Tuesdays. He is now coaching over at Ohio State. He, much like James Brown reappearing at the Apollo, he reprised his role as strength coach for the Ohio State Buckeyes. So now he gets to smash people's face in a positive manner. But the good news is we've got a nice library of nuggets from him.
Okay, so we're going to keep doing some Schlegs on the...
Yeah, we can still say what's got his juice or Schlegs. We've even added to the library. I mean, Shark had like a book of like 90 of them. Bodie's continued to expand upon it. And there's some great stuff in there with him. And he was excited. He told me he woke up at 4:45 yesterday to get in there. I said, all right, everybody wakes up early on the first day of training camp. Get back to me in 6 months. We'll see what happens.
So if he does not start, say, till Wednesday at the new job, and you said contract signed.
No, he's done. He was there yesterday.
Oh, okay, so
he was coaching.
He does want to come in on Tuesday live in the studio for his last one?
He'll be coaching.
Okay.
He's already started. So I said, Wednesday night, he's like, oh, my start date's tomorrow. I said, okay, well, Buckeyes.
All right, well, let's hear what he has to say, I guess, from the past.
My wingspan's probably like 5 feet, total, right? So now I'm 6'1", I'm slow, and I got short arms. Great.
Other than that, though.
Yeah.
All right, guys, what has me juiced? On a little bit of a different note. Let's see here. So I woke up yesterday and saw this news, and I'll be honest with you guys, I had never heard of this man in my entire life until about a week ago, but I've decided that I truly believe that Christian Parker is going to be the best defensive coordinator in the National Football League next year. Details, facts, and reasons on that, Bob. I have
hired
zero,
by the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Good.
So, good.
Well, listen, I hope he works out for Shoddy. Listen, man.
I got you.
I'm a huge Schottenheimer fan. I'm glad it's not Matt Patricia.
And
that was one of the targeted destinations that I was worried about.
Yeah, so you got that in Tennessee crossed off the list, right?
Yes.
Does that sound fair?
Still 5 spots open, and I don't know if every coordinator spot. He's not going to Baltimore with Minter.
Yeah, so that had me juiced when I saw that news yesterday, so hopefully that works out. I did read something along the lines of basically he has no previous ties to Dallas. So I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of on board with that because that probably indicates that Shoddy made the hire himself. And I like them maybe going outside of the family a little bit there. Last time they went inside the family was Matt Eberflus, and that didn't work out very well this past season. What also has me juiced, I would equate myself whenever I see somebody wearing Notre Dame to Alfred at the end of The Dark Knight Rises when he comes across Bruce Wayne at that coffee shop and just gives him the nod. Right. So when I walked in the gym yesterday and saw a guy who I'd seen a handful of times before, you recognize faces all the time, and saw him wearing a Notre Dame football T-shirt. I'm like, I'm going to go talk to this fella right here. We had a nice conversation, ultimately ending in the fact that our unwavering faith in our Dick Corbett head football coach, Marcus Freeman's going to get this thing figured out. So, well, I guess I shouldn't say figured out. He's already kind of got it figured out, but both pretty fired up for next season. So that was fun. And then, last but not least, swung into Target for 2 seconds yesterday on my way home from the gym just to grab some bananas. And it's just this winter storm, man. It is Armageddon out there.
Yeah. Everybody for themselves.
It's here. And I've never seen the line like that in Target. I saw one of the workers there packing a cart for one of the people who's just like pickup delivery or whatever there. I guess not pickup delivery, but whatever you want to call it, just picking up groceries. And this thing was full to the brim of milk, water bottles, toilet paper, and paper towels. So got all the essentials I gave. Yeah. So when I saw that, I was just like, you guys got it. I mean, even the bananas. Like, I got the last set of bananas. And I'm just like, you people are out of your minds. Like, I know it's going to hit and it's going to come. And, maybe a couple days you're going to be probably not even, like, stuck inside.
No.
But, like, even if you're kind of locked down a little bit for a couple days, outside of about a 48-hour time span, you'll probably be fine. Like by about Tuesday or Wednesday next week, we'll probably be back, and you'll probably be able to make it to Target. But then again, you also couldn't find toilet paper in your Walmart or Kroger for about 6 months. It felt like when COVID hit, because that was also the end of the world. So all that has me juiced, Tito. Friday, best day of the work week. What has you juiced, sir?
Well, a little personal story. Back in 1978. When the blizzard hit. I was 7, and we had a a French poodle for a dog named Gigi. I didn't name the dog. Anyway. So, end of the night, had to let Gigi out to go to the bathroom. Blizzard storms in. Get up the next morning, and we had not let Gigi back in.
Oh, Tito.
I know. So
this feels like the opposite of your story from Monday.
It is.
Feels like that cat that Dwight put in the freezer.
No, so anyway, it's the blizzard. You're not going anywhere. And so we brought Gigi inside, and my dad called the vet that we know, and the vet said to put Gigi on, like, the registers on the floor, the heating with the heated registers on the floor vents, if you would, floor register, and said to put Gigi there, and then put like 3 drops of gasoline on Gigi's nose.
Yeah.
So my dad's doing that, and my 4-year-old brother Chad at the time, still my brother, I guess, but he's 4 years old at the time. While he's running around, and he bumps into my dad, and the gasoline goes all over Gigi.
Nice.
And so, like, the smell was bad, right? And so we went into our back room to watch a show, just, whatever. And about 45 minutes later, Gigi, like, gets up and runs to the back room we're at, and, like, we're shooing him out and all this stuff, and then her out. And then runs around the house, 3 or 4 times, like, breakneck speed, and then just dropped. So.
Okay, well, that's an uplifting story on a Friday.
Is there a point to that?
She ran out of gas.
You're a terrible person, Tito.
You really are. Speaking of gallon, lawnmower gasoline. I'm ready to go.
Have you ever told Rothman that story?
No, I don't think Roth would appreciate it. I remember telling it to people, like, I was around a group of women when I was a server at Fridays way back when I'm telling that story.
Oh.
And 3 girls are in tears. Like, they really think, I get done telling the story, so, oh my God, Gigi died? And I said, no, she just ran out of gas. And I don't think they liked me much after that. I should tell it to Roth. It's a good uplifting story, because
it's a Fitbit.
It's what it is right there.
It's what it is.
Coming up next, we'll get AJ Hawk, Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they're already there for your free consultation. So go check them out today. New year, new you, new truck from Germain Toyota of Columbus, and the deals are built tough. Drive home the all-new 2026 Toyota Tacoma with 2.99% financing for up to 48 months. Need more muscle? The 2026 Toyota Tundra delivers with 2.99% financing for up to 72 months, or take $3,000 in customer cash. Germain Toyota has the truck and the deal you've been waiting for. Shop today at Germain Toyota of Columbus, where selection, value, and trust come standard. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road. Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. When the game's on the line, you press hard, you hustle, you stay focused, and give it everything you've got. Pressure brings out the best in people. That's how business works too. Have you ever met what seemed like an impossible deadline? Saved the deal from going off a cliff at the last minute? Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on their local partnership and dedication to doing whatever it takes.
Thanks, Bobby. At Riverside Bank of Dublin, we're proud to be on your team, helping local businesses manage cash, fund growth, and invest in what's next. From startups to seasoned pros, we bring the full court press every day for our clients.
That's right, Travis. Our team at Riverside Bank is just as hungry as you are to grow and prosper. That mentality shows up in everything we do. Your business deserves a banking partner that's invested in your success. Look for a new branch location at Bridge Park in 2026.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin, or online at riverside.bank.
Wounded Warrior Project helps post 9/11 veterans and their families realize what's possible. with support and resources that bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger, both inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing, to get the help you need,
to find peace. And as each warrior's needs evolve, so do we, because these last 20 years are just the beginning. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
Bobby's knees hurt from doing battle with some of football's toughest warriors. Tito's knees hurt from begging Bobby to let him host this show.
Oh, pick me! Oh, I know, me!
This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, final segment of the program. Somebody on Twitter thought I was telling a story about my dog, my family killing my dog. No, Gigi ran out of gas. That's all it was. Called a joke. Let's bring on this guy.
A man with many career achievements. Leading tackler in Centerville football history. Leading tackler in Green Bay Packers history. Still afraid of Larry Knopfsinger. And the crowning achievement, the third member of the Island Boys, A.J. Hawk.
A.J. Hawk joins us now. You want to ask A.J. anything, hop into the chat. We'll get that going.
Oh, I got a great question for him.
You do? What is it?
Yeah, A.J., I know that. How terrified are you about this snow coming?
What do you mean exactly, Bob?
I don't know. I mean, you seem like a guy that would really batten down the hatches. You probably have ordered like 14 gallons of milk, 20 loaves of bread, all the essentials that you need to like ride out a 3-week storm.
No, that's not really. People always like when they tell me like the forecast is like, oh, you hear next Tuesday we're supposed to get a lot of rain, and that stuff like that. I don't really pay attention to the future forecast. I have heard about this storm that's going to come in and hopefully dump a bunch of snow and cold and everything here, because I got a snowplow on the front of my side-by-side, my UTV. So when it snows, I'm happy. I get out there bright and early. I'll be plowing my driveway. I'll be going to my neighbors, my in-laws, my cousins, my brother-in-law, everyone. I'll get 4 or 5 driveways done before the sun comes up, hopefully.
Well, so with that, I mean, AJ, maybe since you're not prepared, I just wanted to ask you that to lead into the chat. Should something happen and you get snowed in and you're running low on food, which I know Beebs always has the house stocked and ready to go, and she can whip up something in an instant. So I want to know which one of your kids you'd eat first.
Which one do I eat first for kids? Oh boy, I mean if it gets to that, oh man, that's gonna be tough. You know what we're gonna do?
None of them are all that like beefy. So I mean, there's not a lot of meat on any of them.
No, they would not be a great choice. What we would probably do, I would probably gather all 4 kids together. We'd find some shovels. We would dig our way out of our house, and we would go search the neighborhood for some other little kid to eat. That's most likely what we'd have to do.
I love it. There we go.
Look, AJ says that, but for the last week, he has been fattening up one of the kids with his eye on eating that one if things go south. Let's ask AJ something else.
If you come to a fork in the road, ask AJ, he'll help you know. Helmet shining, number 47 bold, he'll point you right where you should go. Just ask AJ.
Hall of Fame chatter Phil wants to know your favorite snow game memory.
Oh, good question. We played, what year would it be?
When Matt Flynn threw for 400 yards against the Lions in 2011?
Yeah, it was pretty good. That was definitely that was up there, no question. He threw for like 700 yards. I think we gave up 650 yards on defense that game as well, so we needed Flynn to sling it for us. But
tell Flinner I'm still waiting for some of the royalties for that big contract he got after that.
Huge contract.
Well, yeah, I don't know. You might want to keep waiting. I don't know if he's going to send anything now. It seems a little bit late, but I don't know. He is a nice guy. But, we played a playoff game against the Seattle Seahawks, I believe my second year maybe, and Ryan Gray was our great running back, and it was like majestic snowfall coming down the majority of the game, and it wasn't that cold too. Like when it snows, when it's snowing, it's never the coldest games. Like the games that are really cold are the ones where there's no snow or it's like spitting weird sleet at you. And I remember this Seattle game, Ryan Grant, I mentioned him because our running back, I think he fumbled twice in the first half, and he's the best dude ever. I loved him. He came back in the second half and ran for like 3 or 4 touchdowns and 200 yards or something crazy and helped us win that game. But I just remember looking around and seeing sometimes we get those big old snowflakes and it's like it quiets everything down. It feels like really quiet outside. The snow is like insulating the sound. It's not bouncing around. I still remember that, even though it's very, very long time ago. But it was in Lambeau Field, and we won. So it was one of those for sure that I'll remember forever.
A lot of people confuse you with Jack Hanna. I know that, and that's why this question by Kyle makes a lot of sense. If animals could converse with humans, which animal would be the biggest jerk?
Well, I think animals can converse. Some humans can talk to animals. I got these deer. I got 8 or 9 deer that run through my yard every morning. I walk out. I'm getting closer and closer. I whistle to them and do that little thing like Cousin Eddie. I tell you what, these guys are really. I started it out as a joke a couple of years ago, talking to the deer, and my kids would be like, "Dad, what are you doing?" They would get embarrassed, and now they believe me. They know I go out there and have full conversations with these guys. So I think the deer are nice, but the biggest jerks, I don't know, maybe a skunk. Like, who wants to be around a skunk?
It's a great question. I mean, you might have those deer maybe like eating out of the palm of your hand here.
Dasher and Dancer and Prancer are their names?
I'm bringing them in. No, I want pets. I want pet deer. So if one of the moms has a baby and we can, get permission from the mom to take it in, we'll bring it in and raise it as one of ours.
Oh, gosh, that would be beautiful. I mean, a chopper would be all behind that, I'm sure.
Oh, man, you kidding me? Let's have a little deer. Eventually, we'll walk around on a little leash like, hey, kids, make sure you take old Petey out, or whatever his name is, and take him outside and go to the bathroom and then bring him in. He's sitting there eating breakfast with us. Why not?
Gosh, that'd be beautiful, man. I love it. Well, we got a lot of snowfall here this week, and hopefully get some good sledding in for the kids. Where's the nearest place that they go to sled?
We don't really have a good spot, honestly. We so my brother and sister-in-law that live basically next to us, they have a decent decline, a hill in their backyard that we've messed around on a little bit, but we got to drive and look around. Like, what are the hot spots here? I know good spots back down in Centerville area in Dayton, but I don't really know a lot of the Columbus spots.
What's the problem? Columbus is so flat. There really aren't a lot of good areas. Like, you can go over the quarry, I think, and they've got some decent stuff there. But that's the thing. Like, when Lancaster had good stuff. I mean, I'm sure, like Dayton, like you said, you get close, get more west over there. Maybe there's some good spots by Caesars Creek or wherever, but you got to have some elevation to ultimately get it done. Let me ask you this, because I know you're not a guy that's scared of the snow, as we've well established. Have they already canceled a lot of your youth sporting events this weekend?
No, we haven't had anything canceled, luckily. And I get it. I understand, you need to have probably a 4-wheel drive situation to be out and about in the snow, but I can't remember a time when snow affected any of my plans. I'm not I just don't. I love it. I just don't let it affect your plans. I can dig my way out of my house if it snows a bunch, and then I'm going to get out on the roads and I'm going to figure it out. We can figure it out. We don't need to cancel anything.
Little Italy, who you gave the premarital advice to back in August, wants to know snowy mountains or sunny beach for you?
Oh.
He loves his tan. Look at that tan he's got. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm so naturally, my complexion is so naturally does well with the sun. So yeah, but even though I burn a lot and I reapply sunscreen every 15, 20 minutes. I still love the beach. I love the water. I tell my wife, I'm a man of the water. I love the ocean. I love the pool. I know Bob is very similar in that sense. And as far as the snow, I love snow and all that, but I didn't grow up skiing. I've never really done it, so I don't really know what that whole world is about, but I'm interested. I want to do it at some point.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I skied a little bit. My kids, they'll do the ski club, and they love it, and they're all about it. It's a nice little fun, active activity. You can get outside, and a little chilly, but it's not as fun as being outside on the beach, throwing a ball, doing whatever. There's a lot of fun to be had ultimately in the water and in the sun times. I saw this age that Pat put it out yesterday. I didn't realize that he went up to meet the president during the game and then had asked him if he can broadcast from the White House lawn the day of the fight. Is that something are you going to be going to that, I'm assuming, then as well?
Yeah, I sure hope so. I mean, that was wild. Pat went up during halftime. We were calling the game, and he ran up there during halftime and went up in the box. And I know Jake Paul was up there, I guess, and Dana White and everybody. But yeah, I guess he did. He asked him right there, and they didn't have to sign a contract or anything to have us there to say we're doing it for sure. But it sounds like we're in. So hopefully in June, I sure hope to be a part of that. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that's going to be sweet. You'll love it. It's a cool experience to be out there. They've got construction, obviously, and everything going on right now. But I mean, yeah, you're going through like the security and going through everything to get in there. It's one thing when you're going like with the team and you're going to like just meet the president, whatever. But going to do something like that, man, it'll be definitely like the most unique experience. I'm excited for you to do that and kind of tell me what your thoughts are on all of it.
So,
yeah, it'd be great.
One of the things, just if you look at an elevation, I got a recommendation. I don't know how many stories your house is, if it's 1, 2, 3 story, whatever. But what you do is get the ladder. I have the kids climb up to the roof and sled down off of that. And that's, I don't know if it's, that's one idea for it. Bob also said to me off the air that, and I don't know if he's going to bring it up to you after the show, but that if you want to be alone in your thoughts for a couple days while the snowstorm comes through, Bob said bring your kids over to his house and they can hang out there with him.
My kids are great with mine. That honestly makes it easier.
There you go. AJ, I just solved I didn't solve a problem. I gave you some solitude. Favorite White House, the White House or the Dallas Cowboys White House?
That's a good question. I've just seen a few still shots of the Dallas Cowboys White House. It looks like that had a lot of activity going in there at all times. And with Michael Irvin, a huge part of that and the whole run that he had with Miami Hurricanes down their national championship run, just getting to the game. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Wouldn't it be fun to go back and see if there's any like footage of that or anything, or maybe what's that? Do we know, is that White House still there?
That's it's a museum. They made it a museam.
I don't think they made it a museum, but it's still there.
Yeah, don't take a black light in there. I wouldn't do that. I guess, but I don't know. It's a good, maybe the Dallas one probably.
You see the wax figurines and the wax figures in there, and it's pretty cool. They've got some look very lifelike.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I bet it would be a good spot.
So, Age, we'll get you out on this. We started off, and I don't even know how we meandered to it, talking about shower situations in the NFL. And, like, Thitoff was blown away because I tell people all the time, like, you go into it, it's just a room. It's like watching the showering at Shawshank minus the fire hose. There's just spigots, on the wall. Or you have, like, at Ohio State, we had the center columns, but I think every NFL team I was at, we all had spigots on the wall. Are you more of a fan of the perimeter wall spigot coming out of the wall, or did you like the little clusters coming down in the poles in the middle?
I would say perimeter. I'm a perimeter wall guy. Yeah, like Ohio State, we had the like the center console pole, but then there'd be like 15 shower heads coming out of it. Like, man, we got 350-pound dudes, and these shower heads are like 2.5 inches apart from each other. So it creates a tough.
Get a little splatter from the guy beside you.
Don't.
His shoulders hitting your back. Like, man, what are we doing here? This is crazy. But yeah, I'd say perimeter wall guy. But the crazy thing that you probably don't realize too, like people don't understand. A lot of the times you go on an away game in the NFL. Obviously in college as well, and you go in and their shower has like 9 shower heads, and the whole team and all the assistant coaches are standing out there in towels while the media is in there. Everyone's just jumbled on top of each other trying to wait in line with their tiny little towel that they give you on away games, trying to take a shower. So like that is a unique situation that you find yourself in.
It's amazing. I forgot about the road games because that, like, especially in Buffalo. Did you ever play there in Ralph Wilson?
Oh yes, yeah, definitely. And that's what I remember those places because you don't normally the coaches usually they have their own locker room, but the head coach always has his own like shower. But the assistant coaches on away games, all of a sudden they're standing there in their towel after they may have just annihilated you verbally on the field about something or something happened. And it's just a funny scenario. The first time your rookie year and you see those assistant coaches, you're like, what is happening? What's going on now? Like it's eye-opening.
Well, I remember that was in the case in college too. And I remember we were playing maybe Michigan State. I don't know why it sticks out in my head, but like maybe it's because Bowman was behind me in line and like going into the shower. It was kind of jarring a little bit to be in that situation.
Yeah, it can be. Especially, it's true though. They give you the away teams. They give you a towel that's supposed to be like a normal towel that you use in the shower, and it's like it's a little bigger than like a dish rack. Like it's not big, and you're trying to people are trying to drape that thing around them. Like they don't tell you how to handle that when you're coming out of college.
He's the perimeter wall guy. He's AJ Hawk. AJ, we appreciate the time. Bring the kids over to Carp's house anytime.
Can't wait. Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll talk to you later. That was AJ Hawk.
Well, that was the hard-hitting stuff. I mean, I might start asking every player that I know that played at Ohio State, because that was the only one that had the center pulls. And like he said, I forgot. I mean, the angles that they're coming out of, I mean, you're like shoulder to shoulder. And there's, I mean, it wasn't a daily thing, but probably once a week when you're like turning and you're not paying attention, like your eyes might be closed because the water's hitting you. Like you rub shoulders with another dude, like a soapy dude on dude's shoulder rub.
Good team bonding experience.
It's absolutely. Hey, come on, man. Come on.
A couple of things. AJ said, don't bring a black light in there when he was talking about it. Should we clear that up? Because if you say it real fast, it could sound like something different. Bob, I appreciate the fact you said Jim Bowman was right behind you there in the shower.
Yeah.
Or line or whatever. But yeah, so that's a great way to end our week.
They had to change how they shot the interviews in Buffalo. If you go look it up on YouTube, they were shooting and like the shower, like dudes were walking out. And guys like trying to get toweled and dried off, and there was a couple meat shots as dudes were maybe walking like behind like an interview of one of the players, and people like didn't notice until someone's like, "Hey, that's such and such naked walking around in the back."
I don't know how we got to some of these subjects today, but I'm sure glad we did. It was a lot of fun. Folks, stay safe out there. If you've got a Gigi, keep an eye on Gigi. Make sure you bring her in before she freezes, and don't listen to the gasoline stuff. Bobby, great time this week. A lot of fun. Folks, have a very great and safe weekend. We'll talk to you on